Welcome, beautiful souls, or welcome back. I saw that there are a few new people out here, and we're growing. I am learning, and I thought about doing a little presentation of myself, pulling some cards for you today, and also talking about a crazy experience that I had yesterday night in the desert with some spirits. Okay, so stay tuned, okay? I'm not gonna cut this video because I don't have time and because I'm not very good at it. So first point about myself, I love creating content, like making videos and stuff like that, but I hate cutting my videos and editing, okay? Like some people, like my cousin, love this process. It's not my thing, guys. It's not my thing. So I'm gonna learn. Just be patient, okay? Stay with me. So first of all, who am I? I'm a psychic, tarot reader, and healer, energy healer. I live in Dubai, and I'm half Italian, half French, so excuse me my English sometimes because I literally speak the three languages every day. Okay, like I speak English with you guys and my clients. I speak Italian at home with my cousin because we live together, and I speak French in my other job because I have another job aside, okay? So it's very hard for me sometimes, and excuse my grammar, excuse my pronunciation sometimes. It depends also on the days. Some days I feel it's so easy and some other days I'm just struggling so much. So yeah. And I've always been a psychic, since I was a little child, I would say. And my main clairs are clear empathy. I feel people, I feel other people's emotions, which you can imagine how hard it is when you don't know what the hell this is, because I don't come from a background of people being spiritual or psychics or nothing like that. It was a pretty much religious background, but also not that involved into religion. I think I was very much religious until I was maybe 14, okay, when I left. No, maybe even before 12, 13, something like this. And I remember just being this is shit, okay? This is something that is not helping me, not at all. And I just went on the opposite side, which was God doesn't exist, fuck everything, okay? I'm just an atheist, I don't believe. I just don't believe. And in Italy we have a very bad thing, which is, we call it bestemmiare, and which is actually associating the God, the name of God, with some horrendous words, okay? And it's kind of like an habit, and sometimes it really, in some regions of Italy, it became also, and we call it intercalare, which is it's a word that you say between sentences. So this is how popular this thing is. And I realized how much dangerous and damage this does to people. But anyway, this was a side note, okay? So I went into this kind of thinking patterns, all right, until I had some paranormal activities, experiences, okay, and I started to question. I was like, all right, this is freaking crazy. And also I didn't see happiness around me in general in my life, like with people around me, in my family, friends, you know. And I started to question everything. I was like 14, so I usually say that this is my first awakening, even if it was not a energetic awakening, because it was not something that I felt in my body, as you can feel, you know, when you do a session of energy activation, kundalini activation, and all this stuff, where your body literally reacts to energy and you go into another dimension and all of this, and your psychic is expanding, you're one with the everything and all of this, you know. So in that moment I just understood that a reality was a lie and that I had to find a way to get out of this, because I fell into a deep depression. It was crazy, like crazy. And I had basically a dark night of the soul without knowing it. Of course, I was 14 and no one was talking about it. I was on social media. Actually, I was on social media and I was pretty good. Like, I had a Facebook page. I was very young. Yes, 14 is very, very young. But I was just sharing my thoughts about life, which were very dark, okay? But I started to create a community there, and we became so many. I think I had like, it was not that much because it lasted like 4 or 5 months, but we were 2,000, maybe a little bit more. And I couldn't handle the number of messages that I was receiving from people, even like much more older than me. And we ended up being two to manage the page. So this was my first experience with creating communities online. But then tribulations and things in my life made that I had to shut this page down, okay? So yeah, I just didn't share anymore online, and I'm just starting again. So also working on some ones here, okay? And yeah, after that I left all these paranormal activities that I experienced, you know, those teenage stuff in abandoned houses and like playing with spirits and stuff like that, and I left it, you know, aside. But I started to get in contact with the first low vibrational energies, okay, that entered my field and resonated where I was, you know, because this is how it works. So it started to be very, very hard for me to handle reality in general. I was dissociating a lot. Experienced my first out-of-body experience, okay? I just fainted and my soul was out of my body and I could see everything that happened. It was crazy. And I realized like so many years later that this was an out-of-body experience. Yeah, and basically, long story short, at 18 I started to do yoga because I'm a huge sport girl. Yeah, I mean, not a gym girl. Like I do gym right now, but I used to be a professional ice skater. And when I left, because back then I was in Italy, then I left and I moved in France. So when I moved in France, I didn't have the opportunity to practice anymore. So I was like, you know what? It's been some time that I don't practice something that I really, really like. And yoga seemed to be something that was, you know, relating to it. It was sporty, like you can have flows that are very much cardio, especially vinyasa, you know, and but also it combined the flexibility and beauty, because when you practice ice skating, you also practice dance and gymnastics and all of this. So yoga was my first experience into the spiritual world, and I started to learn about chakras, about energy, about the power of your breath and the power of the present moment and all of this. And at the same time, I was also still dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of wounds, a lot of things, and it helped me to understand a lot of stuff. So now I have my first spiritual awakening, which has been a super intense experience where my body felt the oneness, samadhi, or however you want to call it. And I had a session that is called Water Flow in Ibiza with a shaman there. And oh my god, oh my freaking god, like my body started to shake and I could sense everything that was outside of me, but inside of me, like it was crazy, If you want me to dive deeper into this experience, like I will make a proper video on my spiritual awakening and all of this. But anyway, so my channels opened up even more, and I really started to dive deeper into all of this, the occult, studying a lot. Like I really locked in, okay, like, you know, when you're at the gym and you lock in and you're like, I'm not here for anyone and anything, and I'm just on my thing, like focused. So this was me. At the same time, I was dealing with a very toxic relationship, of course, my catalyst, okay, twin flame journey shit, okay, and yeah, starting to understand a lot of stuff, working with my psychic abilities, understanding that all my life I've been absorbing energies from others, and I didn't know what the hell to do with it. So I started to pull some cards, and I saw that I was receiving a lot of messages. I started to have visions. I started to understand how the energetic field works and all of this. I was studying at the time in Paris, and I had a 9 to 5 job in a company, very good job. I could have, you know, continued and but I decided to leave that because the lifestyle was not, you know, was not what I wanted for me, and it was not, like, it was very hard to handle for me. So I was like, fuck that shit, I'm gonna leave. And I enrolled my first certification to be an energetic coach in France. So when I finished that, I still worked as a freelance in marketing, by the way. So yeah, I work in marketing, but creating content, it's different than just the strategy and all of this shit, especially in B2B, okay? Yeah, I practiced all of this, I studied all of this, and yeah, nowadays I'm still learning every day, growing every day, working on myself every day, and all of this. Then I also did a light language certification with an amazing psychic. She's from Italy and South Africa as well. If you want the name, like, tell me, I will give it to you. To understand a little bit more, because my light language experience activated in Paris without even knowing what this was. So yeah, crazy experience as well. And then I also enrolled the course, the QHHT by Dolores Cannon. This, oh my god, like super powerful. And another course about somatic message to release trauma through the body and all of this. And of course I did all type and sort of healing sessions and all of this to come to an understanding that being spiritual is very different than being psychic, very, very different. Being a healer, it's different as well. Like, I basically am a channel for the unseen, okay, so between dimensions and realms. And also I transmute energy when I am with a client, for example, so that they can feel better, okay, in the moment, and also they can release blocks through me. It's pretty intense, but it's pretty helpful for people. And yeah, now I work on all of this. I also see the childhood of people. So like if I see someone, I start downloading their childhood and their traumas and all of this. So yeah, this is basically what you will experience if you have a session with me. We normally do a general reading. I can see like your energy and what's happening in your field, people around you, and like situations, all of this. Okay, if you want a detailed thing, you can also check my website. I have to make a new one, but there are informations that you can check. All right. So yeah, my crazy experience from yesterday. Oh my god. So I've had some experiences with entities, spirits, all of this. I can see them, I can sense them, I can sense all people on the other side. And even if it's not my specialty, okay, I'm not like specialized in talking with people on the other side, even if I just receive messages from my guides and yeah, just from my guides and my higher self, basically. But so yesterday I was with this friend of mine. We just decided to go look at the stars, and I made some good Italian food for her. This is such my love language. And we lighted up a fire, okay? And what happened was that I was explaining to her my experience on star seeds, which is a very interesting topic as well, by the way. So if you need, I also have an ebook about all the star seed traits, so that you can recognize which one are you, because there are many races